We're still dealing with the cold out there today, but tomorrow it's going to be all about the snow. Winter weather advisory goes into effect during the early morning hours. We could pick up a few inches of snow. We'll track it coming up for you.
A happy ending to a dangerous situation this morning after first responders found a man who wandered away out into the bitter cold.
Some counties canceled school or delayed the start of classes today because of these dangerously cold temperatures. Coming up, we're speaking with students who are still in class and braving the bitter cold.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. I'm Bill Bryant. Rebecca Smith is in today for Barbara. It is another bitterly cold day across the area, and soon it looks like we're going to have snow on top of the cold.
Our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day is in effect as we track the snow headed our way. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is here with an update.
That's exactly what's going to be coming down the pike for us as we go into the day tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, and by this point we could likely see accumulation on the ground throughout most of the area. Today, still dealing with the cold. It's 15 degrees in Lexington, which is a whole lot better than we were yesterday. We're around 3 or 4 degrees warmer compared to the same exact moment in time. So we're better off today than we were yesterday. Even when you factor in the winds, it's not a big deal. Finally starting to see a little bit of a break in that as well. But what we won't get a break from will be the snow chances as they increase as we head into the day tomorrow. Winter weather advisories start kicking off tomorrow morning around 4 o'clock, and they last through the day as we're watching that system sweeping into the area. Let's break it down for you here. First of all, we're talking about a snowy system. It arrives from from our westerly skies. 1 to 3 inches, mainly for most of us out there, maybe a little bit less in some spots. Then we go into full-on winter storm threat mode as a more potent system that brings a wintry mix initially, talking freezing rain and sleet, and then makes a transition as we get into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, all over to snow with gusty winds that could be coming in here around 25 to 35 miles per hour, perhaps higher, depending on how close we are to the track of that low. And that's going to also have a big influence on our totals as well. We're going to track all of this a little bit more and see what we have so far with it coming up, guys, here in just a few minutes.
Okay, a lot to watch. Thanks, Jim.
It's been a scare this morning for a Lexington family. Their loved one wandered out into this extreme cold.
The 77-year-old only had a T-shirt, long johns, socks, and a couple of blankets with him when he left his home in the Raleigh Court area around 8:30 this morning. First responders worked quickly and desperately to find the man. WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us, though, a happy ending. It's our top story at noon. Hillary?
A neighbor heading out to help search for the missing 77-year-old did not have to go far to find him, leading to a happy reunion for this family.
I started up the truck, then I seen a head moving in the back of the truck. It kind of scared me at first because I knew, shouldn't nobody be in my truck. Then it hit me all at once. I was at Mr. Cook in there. It could be Mr. Cook, so I went and looked, and that's who it was. It was Mr. Cook.
77-year-old William Henry Cook reported missing by his wife around 8:30 this morning. We were there as first responders helped him out of that vehicle, taking him for a happy reunion with his family. The search for Mr. Cook lasted about an hour. Cook wearing only a T-shirt, long johns, and socks, wrapped in some blankets. Police and fire searching the area, knowing it was a race against the clock to get him out of the cold. Officers say they were checking cars, but because he was laying down and covered up in those blankets, he was hard to see inside of his neighbor's car. Family members say Cook had a stroke about a year ago and since then goes through times of confusion, which is what they say led to the situation today.
Just thank you, Lord. That was my reaction, was just thank you, Lord. And it's very hard on his wife because she has him 24/7 and he's confused, and it's hard for people when to be a caretaker like that. So we're just really thankful that God worked it all out.
Cook's family, as well as all of the first responders out here, were all smiles, happy this ended the way it did. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you. And Cook has been taken to the hospital to be checked out, but his family members say he is expected to be okay.
Well, nearly 3 dozen school districts canceled or delayed classes today because of the extreme cold. In Lexington, from kindergarten to college, most students were on a normal schedule. WKYT's Mark Barber shows us how they braved the cold this morning.
When the cold is this bone-chilling, it can be miserable to even spend a few minutes outside. Well, that's why some schools delayed school today or called off classes entirely. But many other students are still in class today. Many of them say they're just trying to grin and bear it.
You can't skip class, so we do what we can to get there and make the most of it.
To survive this mind-numbing cold, UK students are piling on layer after layer.
I think about 3 layers of shirt and sweatshirts and stuff like that.
From these UK students to high school students to elementary students, all schools are operating on a normal schedule in Fayette County, where wind chills dipped as low as -3 degrees this morning. The dangerous temperatures led school leaders to call for a 2-hour delay in Jessamine County, Clark County, and Bourbon County, just to name a few. Other counties like Wolf, Knox, and Magoffin canceled school because of the winter weather. For those students who are bundling up against the bitter cold this afternoon.
It's really cold when you walk to class, but I think if you bundle up, it's okay once you get in there. But the buildings are so hot, so we all die when we get in.
While many students here at UK say they're hoping a warm-up will bring them some relief, they're not going to get too much of a break because while the temperatures will rise tomorrow, snow is on the way. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
You can always check a list of closings and delays on WKYT.com.
Across Kentucky, communities have now turned their focus to the impending snow. Road crews will be braving the cold in order to get ready for what may come tomorrow and in the days ahead. WKYT's Phil Pendleton shows us the preparations in Pulaski County.
The city of Somerset has more than 400 tons of salt. They are ready to go. A far cry from what it was last year where they ran out of salt and had to order more from the state of New Mexico. These domes are full. Plenty of salt for this snow event. For the guys who work here, they know that it's going to be a long couple of days. The road superintendent has told all of his guys, get ready. You may get a phone call very early in the morning.
Well, we will be on notice. They know when they go home this afternoon that it's very likely they're going to get a phone call from me at some point during the night, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock or whenever, that, hey, we need you to come to work. And we will then be ready to go out and go to work. And I have other departments here in the city that will give us a truck as well.
And the superintendent told me that they have about 100 miles of road in Somerset city limits. And this advice for Somerset city residents: if you keep a car that's parked on the roadway, get it off the roadway tonight to make it easier for the plows that are going to have to move through. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And if need be, Somerset road crews tell us they will work through the night to clear all of the roads. And remember, you can track the wintry weather with WKYT. The Weather Plus traffic app available. You can download it for free for your smartphone or tablet.
Prosecutors have decided not to. Police say Nicholas Willinger beat Sue Jones to death after breaking into her Scott County home in 2010. The News Graphic reports he will now face either a life sentence without parole or 25 years in prison without parole.
A decision on a needle exchange program in Nicholasville could come later today at the Jessamine County Fiscal Court meeting. The City Commission in Nicholasville and the County Board of Health have already approved the program. The Jessamine Journal reports it may help as many as 200 people. If it's approved, Nicholasville would become the 4th Kentucky city to have a needle exchange. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray's annual State of the City address is getting underway right now. The mayor is expected to address the city's financial condition as well as crime and safety concerns. Lexington has already had 4 murders early in this year. Gray's address, of course, coming amid speculation that he could challenge U.S. Senator Rand Paul in this year's Senate race.
22,000 drivers have to find a detour because of the closure of a Louisville bridge. The Kennedy Bridge closed early this morning for repairs. The bridge carries Interstate 65 across the Ohio River. It's expected to be closed for about 6 months. The Republican race for the presidential nomination full of attacks.
Yeah, we're going to show you how the front runners are going after one another ever so aggressively. Also, the bird flu continuing to hit part of Indiana. We'll show you what's being done to try to stop it.
And looks like very little will be able to stop the snow that's on its way to Kentucky for tomorrow. A new winter storm warning issued for parts of Kentucky with a winter weather advisory for the rest of us. We'll track all of it here in just a little bit.
When winter is at its worst, that's when WKYT calls a First Alert Severe Weather Day, keeping your family safe with the power of the Defender Radar Network and the entire First Alert Weather team, plus continuous coverage on air, on WKYT.com, and wherever you are with our news and weather apps. Because when the snow starts falling, it takes an experienced team to stand for you when the weather gets tough. First Alert Severe Weather Days, only on WKYT.
Are you creative and love the beauty industry? Train to be a cosmetologist at a Farouk Chi Partner School in Lexington or Winchester. Call CTE today at 859-272-5225 or log on to cte.edu. Clinic services provided by students, supervised by professionals.
It's time to update your bathroom. Call One Day Bath by America's Window now and save 60% off labor on your new bath or shower. Get a custom tub-to-shower conversion installed in as little as 1 day. Easy to clean designs, up-to-date colors, and now during our Winter Wonderland sale, get 60% off labor on your new bath or shower. With 100% financing and low monthly payments, call One Day Bath by America's Window now for these special savings.
Up to now, affording a beautiful smile has been, well, sketchy. So picture this. Doctors Durbin, Walks, and Garner are offering an unheard of offer. No down payment and only $175 for 24 months on orthodontic treatment. It's their way of saying thank you. Clear Choice Orthodontics is an elite provider of Invisalign. Offers digital imaging, clear porcelains, and accepts most insurance. Affordable orthodontic treatment. Now that's something to smile about. Learn more at clearchoicesmile.com.
In Kentucky, elder abuse is on the rise. Most nursing home residents say nothing in fear of retaliation. Watch for signs, bruises, scratches, bed sores, and cues in body language. If you suspect nursing home abuse, you need to seek justice. Call Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600, 800-800-4600, before it's too late.
Jumpstart your career today with the Food and Hospitality program at CTE. You'll learn the fine art of food and have endless future possibilities with restaurants, caterers, and maybe even travel. Call today at 859-272-5225 or log on to cte.edu.
Welcome back to WKYT News at noon. The U.S. Supreme Court will review President Obama's executive orders on immigration. The orders allow up to 5 million immigrants to work legally in the U.S. Justices will consider undoing lower court rulings blocking the plan from taking effect. The case will most likely be argued in April and decided by late June.
156,000 chickens will be euthanized because of a bird flu outbreak in southwestern Indiana. The outbreak has hit 10 turkey farms about 70 miles west of Louisville. The chickens are at risk because they're housed at one of those farms. Crews have already been working to euthanize more than 245,000 turkeys.
A recall this afternoon for nuts that are sold at Trader Joe's. The company is recalling raw cashew pieces over concerns that they might be contaminated with salmonella. The bags have a best buy date of July 2016. The cashews were sold in more than 24 states, including Kentucky. The next time you go to the grocery store, you might see Blue Bell ice cream back on the shelves. The company is delivering products to parts of the Southeast, including Kentucky and Tennessee, this week. Blue Bell pulled ice cream products last year following a listeria outbreak.
Calls to boycott the Oscars next month are gaining momentum. Actress Jada Pinkett Smith and director Spike Lee among those who won't attend after learning that for the second consecutive year, the Academy did not nominate a single performance by a black actor. Last night, Academy President Cheryl Boone Isaacs issued a statement saying she's heartbroken and frustrated over the lack of diversity. First, it was a bitter cold. Next, we've got snow headed our way.
It looks like a tough week ahead, really, now. And WKYT meteorologist Yum Caldwell joining us to tell us what's coming.
Yeah, guys, we're tracking a winter weather advisory for most of the area tomorrow. This is for accumulating snow. Then another system at the end of the week could add on to those totals. We'll track all of it coming up.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5.
Man, these wings look good.
Yeah, the spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Sir, it looks like we're leading in the polls.
You're running for president?
Don't answer that.
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Think for a moment. You don't think twice about having your eyes tested, but what about your hearing? Hi, I'm Marcia Mattingly. At Beltone, we've helped thousands of people lead richer, fuller lives by showing them that they can hear the way they should. At Beltone, a free hearing test can determine if you need hearing help. Call now. You have everything to gain. 50 years and 3 generations serving the tri-state with the most trusted name in hearing aids, Beltone.
It's time to update your bathroom. Call One Day Bath by America's Window now and save 60% off labor on your new bath or shower. Get a custom tub-to-shower conversion installed in as little as 1 day. Easy to clean designs, up-to-date colors. And now, during our Winter Wonderland sale, get 60% off labor on your new bath or shower. With 100% financing and low monthly payments, call One Day Bath by America's Window now for these special savings.
Need new flooring for your home? Get it now and take 12 months to pay for it. 12 months, no interest financing. Kevin's Carpets in Georgetown, next to the new Kroger, and Lexington behind Fayette Mall. Why, you'd have to be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
After you're injured at work, a lot of times the insurance company will attempt to call you, take statements. Don't speak to them until you speak with an experienced workers' compensation attorney.
The insurance company will attempt to settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Before you talk to the insurance company, call us first.
Our job is to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast. 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Everyone is singing praises about essential oils and trying to make their home free of toxic chemicals. Get the facts yourself and learn how Young Living essential oils can help support your family's health and well-being. Visit justonedrop.com for more information and local classes.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. WKYT.
First alert severe weather day. I'm meteorologist Jim Caldwell, and we have been tracking a lot of cold air the past couple of days. Now we're going to throw some snow into the mix as well, something we probably most of us don't really want to see, especially when I show you how much could be coming over the next couple of days. 16 degrees right now in Lexington. Factor in the winds because they do get a little breezy from time to time, and it makes it feel more like single digits in most areas. Still tracking maybe a few flakes for our friends out in eastern Kentucky. They were running into more than a few flakes earlier this morning. Get a little bit of a coating in on some of those surfaces out there, and they'll continue to track at least a little bit. Our winter weather advisory will go into effect officially during the early morning hours tomorrow and will run through the day. This has been issued for snow and even getting in on a winter storm warning around Bowling Green area due to the fact that they're going to have some of the heaviest snow falling through there, maybe even a little bit of icing, and you can see why. 3 to 6 inches right there in that little bullseye. And then the rest of us 1 to 3 inches. That includes Frankfort, Lexington, out toward the folks in Winchester, Hazard, Jackson. You fall in that general swath for 1 to 3 inches for tomorrow, for Wednesday. Now there's another system that's going to be coming. I'll show that to you in the hour by hour. We go through it here. You see the snow breaking out very close to that morning commute as folks are starting to get up and stirring around, getting ready to hit the roads. Snow is showing up across central and southern Kentucky with this particular run of the model, and it continues into the peak time for that morning commute between that 8 and 9 o'clock hour especially, and before that as well too. So you see snow continues working its way out into eastern Kentucky before it wraps up for the most part by the time we get into the afternoon and evening. A few lingering snow showers at that point. So that's the first taste of it. That's the one that brings us 1 to 3 inches. Let's get a little deeper into the forecast here. By Thursday, temperatures are going to try to surge in certain areas as we've got a little warmer shot of air out ahead of this next system. It'll roll in, and it's going to roll in perhaps with a little bit of a wintry mix to start things off early on Friday morning, and with snow also eventually breaking out. So we have to deal with that mix changing over to snow, which is one of the worst situations we like to run into. If it's snow, we'd much rather have snow than have that freezing rain, that layer of ice thrown into the overall mess as well. So that's what we're tracking here with this system. That and gusty winds. And I'm talking about some fierce winds as this system goes by. We're talking blowing snow, 25 to 35, maybe higher winds. Incredible wind speeds that will continue to sweep through the area as we go all the way into the weekend. And check out this map. This is going to show you just a general snowfall forecast all the way through Saturday, and it is impressive. With that low off the coast, we'll see very high totals. First, we get our shot, which is pretty much, that's a model data. It's pretty much right on par with what we have. And then you see it explodes, especially along the coast. That, my friends, is anywhere from 15 to 30 inches, and we could have a lot of snow around here as well. Keep that in mind. We could be dealing, when it's all said and done, we could be dealing perhaps in some areas with some double-digit totals, too. That's something we're watching very closely, and we'll continue to modify as we go on here. Buzz didn't like it. I don't care for it much either, though.
Well, this thing got serious pretty quickly here, but we're still ahead of it. We'll see how it all adjusts.
And a lot can change. Remember, that track means everything. We're watching.
It does. All right. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Coming next, when we return, the Cats have had their troubles, but so has another basketball powerhouse.
And a huge announcement for sports fans in the Queen City. Dave Baker has sports next.
And they're back trading on Wall Street, and the major market indicators are up at midday.
What do you got?
One pill makes him their smartest special agent.
Is this some kind of science fair project?
We have PowerPoint, you know.
And CBS Tonight.
You're going to need to go to Quantico for a couple of days.
Yes, road trip.
They're on the hunt for a serial murderer.
Ready to catch the bad guys.
But the only thing being killed is their patience.
Don't touch that with your nasty orange fingers.
New Limitless, CBS Tonight, or stream it live or on demand.
I wasn't too thrilled about dentures, but I need to be able to chew. So I called Aspen Dental. They got me right in because my visit was long overdue. And no one on staff even made me feel bad that I hadn't been in since the leg warmer fad. My new dentures came with a great guarantee, so this giant pretzel's got nothing on me.
With dentures starting at $3.99 and a money-back guarantee, dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
What an exciting time of the year. Lexington area homeowners are calling One Day Bath by America's Window to get a new beautiful bath. It's time to update that old, moldy, outdated bath and take advantage of our Winter Wonderland sale. For a limited time, get 60% off labor on your new bath or shower. Convert your old tub into a low step-in shower or walk-in tub with lots of up-to-date colors and styles to choose from. And get it installed in as little as 1 day. Easy to clean and designed with your safety in mind. Call now or visit our showroom located right here in town at 1190 East New Circle Road. Come check out 14 baths and showers on display. Remember, during our Winter Wonderland sale, you'll save big with 60% off labor on your new bath or shower with 100% financing and low monthly payments. Pick up that phone and call right now. Don't miss out on these very special savings.
Love what you've done with the place.
Yeah, thanks. But the family's growing, and we're ready to step up to our dream house. How do you suppose we got there?
Well, Penny, we specialize in mortgages. Check it out. Since 1912, we've been providing our neighbors with excellent service and low rates. And our in-house mortgage department will help you get approved quickly.
What do you think, Teddy? Put her there, Bill.
From treehouse to dream house, People's Exchange Bank has the perfect mortgage for you.
Hurt in a car wreck and you feel like you're hitting a wall with the insurance company? I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs, the Hammer. Call Isaacs & Isaacs right now and we'll knock down the wall to help you get what you deserve for your car repairs, medical bills, and pain and suffering. Don't let the insurance company put up a wall between you and what you deserve. Call Isaacs & Isaacs and let's break down the wall. Call the Hammer is a way to go down to 553-0000.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5.
Because he bet on baseball, Pete Rose has had the doors to the Baseball Hall of Fame closed on him. But because of what he did on the field and what he means to the city of Cincinnati, the Reds have picked up the void. A short time ago, the Reds announced that Rose will be inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame this year, that his number 14 will be officially retired, and at some point in the future, a statue honoring baseball's all-time hit king will be erected outside of Great American Ballpark. It'll be all part of a weekend of events on June 23rd, an event that many lifelong Reds fans believe is long overdue.
This is an honor that you can't believe how you feel. Growing up here, always been a Reds fan, always had the most respect for all the Reds players that I rooted for when I was a kid, and most all the guys in the Hall of Fame that are living today either played with me or against me, and a lot of them played for me. I wanted to be the first one from Cincinnati, but Larkin beat me to it.
Much more on that coming up later today. A couple of weeks ago, Chad Scott talked about looking forward to his new role with the UK football staff, coaching wide receivers instead of running backs. Now it looks like he's taking his talents elsewhere. FootballScoop.com reported late last night that Scott was leaving for North Carolina to be the Tar Heels tight ends coach. Neither North Carolina nor UK has confirmed that yet, and the guess here is that final details are still being worked out before anybody says anything official. Scott played his first 2 years at UK and his final 2 in Chapel Hill. Since coming back to Kentucky as a coach, he's gotten $75,000 in raises and was set to make $275,000 a season in Lexington through 2017. From the Little Solace Department, the Southeastern Conference fining Auburn $100,000 for storming the court after beating Kentucky on Saturday. It was Auburn's first win over UK since 2000. The Cats had won 18 in a row. This is the second offense of the sportsmanship policy for Auburn since the SEC instituted that rule in 2004. The first violation for the Tigers came after beating Alabama in the 2013 Iron Bowl. Just this past year at the SEC spring meetings, those fine amounts were increased. So it's another road trip for the Cats. They will have a couple of days now to prepare for Thursday night's trip to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas. Arkansas coming off a 2-point loss Saturday night at LSU. You can see it on ESPN. And from the Misery Loves Company column, last night at Cameron Indoor, the Syracuse Orange beat Duke 64-62. The loss for the Blue Devils, the third straight against non-ranked teams. That hasn't happened to a Duke team since 1968. Mike Krzyzewski not happy with a pair of no calls late in this game. Duke came in at the bottom of the AP Top 25, and now after that loss, they may fall out of the AP Top 25 poll for the first time since 2007. Tonight on the Big Blue Insider with Dick Gabriel, UK radio analyst Mike Pratt will talk basketball, Kentucky style. That's at 6 on 630 WLAP. Guys, much more on Pete Rose coming up throughout the day. But for now, that's a look at sports on this Tuesday.
All right, Buzz, thank you very much.
Well, there's still a whole lot more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
A legendary singer is coming to Kentucky. We'll tell you where you can see James Taylor.
The search for a missing 77-year-old ended happily with him found safely asleep inside of his neighbor's car.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $30 million. Tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $50 million.